3-11 homework time with me, Miss Bowman. This entire page 1 through 16 is all about dividing fractions. Now, when we divide a fraction, in this case on this page, we are going to be multiplying by the reciprocal. Now, the reciprocal is the opposite. So the opposite of 3 over 1 is 1 over 3. When I multiply a number by its reciprocal, I'm always going to get the number 1. So again, in this case, we're multiplying by the reciprocal. Once I multiply, I treat it just like a regular fraction multiplication problem where I multiply straight across. So 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 3 is equal to 1 over 6. 12 over 1. Because this is a whole number, I treat it as 12 over 1. I multiply by the reciprocal of 1 over 6, which is 6 over 1. And that is equal to 72 over 1, which is equal to 72. Now, when I do 8 divided by 7, I'm going to write it as 8 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 7, which is equal to 8 over 7, which, because each fraction is like its own mini division problem, I could have originally just written 8 divided by 7. But let's write it as a fraction, and I can write 1 whole, and then 1 1/7. 10 divided by 1/4 is 10 over 1 multiplied by 4 over 1, which is equal to 40 over 1, which is equal to 40. Anything over 1 is going to be the same number as the numerator. Number 5, 14 divided by 1/3. So 14 divided by 1/3 is like saying 14 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 1, which is 14 multiplied by 3, which is 42. I can imagine this in my head if I had 14 graphs, and they each have 1/3 inside each block. I could count up the thirds too. That's just like saying that. 1/6 multiplied by 3 over 1 is equal to 3 over 6. Wait a second, gotta find the reciprocal. I'm actually going to multiply by 1/3. I get 1 over 18, and I get a final answer of 1/18. It's important that you're only doing the reciprocal of the second number. You do not want to find the reciprocal of both or just the first one. 1/12 divided by 8 over 1 is 1/12 multiplied by 1 over 8, which is equal to 1 over, and I can go over to the left where I have more room, 8 multiplied by 2, 16, carry the 1. So 96 as my denominator, 1 over 96. 8 is 9 divided by 14, so 9 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 14. I'm getting in the habit of using the reciprocal. I multiply straight across. I get 9 over 14, and I think, are there any numbers that go into both of them? Nope, there are not, so 9 over 14 is the most simplified that can go. 1/8 multiplied by 1 over 4, so 1/4 is equal to 1/32. And that's my final answer for that one. Number 10. 10 divided by 11. I could immediately write this as 10 divided by 11, or 10 over 11, but let's write it out as 10 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 11, which is equal to 10 over 11. I can't simplify it, so it stays as 10/11. Number 11. 13 divided by 1, or 13 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 12, which is the reciprocal. I multiply straight across, get 13 over 12, which is equal to 1 and 1/12. And I could check it by multiplying my 12 by 1 and adding 1 and then get 13 over 12, which was my original. So 1/3 multiplied by 1/7 is equal to 1/21. I cannot simplify it because it has a 1. That's just a big sign for me on that. 9 divided by 1/4 is 9 over 1 multiplied by 4 over 1, which is equal to 36 or 36 over 1. Either way, same answer. 11 divided by 6 is like saying 11 over 1 multiplied by 1/6 is equal to 11/6, which is equal to 1 and 5/6. Then again, I could check my answer by saying 6 multiplied by my whole number of 1 is 6 plus 5 is 11. I get my same fraction that I had. 1/5 multiplied by 1 over 14. I multiply straight across 1, and I could count my fingers, 5, 10, 15, 20, or I can do the multiplication on the side, and I get an answer of 70. So for number 15, the answer is 1/70. Kim ran 4 blocks in the time it took her little brother Mikey to toddle 1/3 of a block. So he must be pretty little if he's kind of toddling through it. Kim ran how many times as many blocks as Mikey toddled? Explain how you found your answer. When I do problems like this, most of the time I'm looking for a model I can do, and I'm also looking for an equation. So I know I have this 1/3 multiplied by something is going to equal 4. Because this 1/3, Kim ran how many times as many blocks? So 1/3 multiplied by something gives me 4. So then I have these 4 lines, each of them representing a block. And I have one little line is 1/3 of a block. Now, and I'm labeling them K and M. I'm going to go through in a different color, and I'm going to count how many thirds are in each block. But I could also think of this as when I do 4 divided by 1/3, because that's asking how many thirds are in those 4 blocks. So 4 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 1, so the reciprocal of 1/3 is equal to 12. Now if you look at my model, where I'm going to grab another color, and I'm going to draw how many thirds are in each block. So there are my 4 blocks, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In each block, I have 3 thirds, and I can count those up, and I have 3, 6, 9, 12. So there I have 12 blocks right there. The cool part about having multiple strategies is that I can see and visualize this math in different ways. I'm able to write an equation, and I'm able to model it. So there are 3 thirds, right? Which is kind of confusing when we're saying 3 thirds, but there are 3 thirds in one block. So if Kim ran 4 blocks and Mikey was only able to toddle 1/3 of a block, I could also do 3 multiplied by 4 and get 12. So same answer, right? So 12 times as much, which would also be in my little model, or 12 times as many. In my little model, I could visualize her running those 4, him only running 1/3. Oh, okay, I get that. So Mikey toddled how many times as many blocks as Kim ran? Oof, so this is not going to be a very large number. So I know Mikey toddled, M is equal to something multiplied by K, which is 4, right? Because Kim ran 4 blocks in the time it took her little brother Mikey to toddle. So 1/3 is equal to a question mark multiplied by 4. So I need to multiply that 4 by something to get 1/3. I'm going to go back and revisit this problem and think, what could I do? Well, if I turn this into 1/3 divided by 4, I could find my question mark. Now, when I divide fractions, I'm multiplying by the reciprocal, so it's 1/3 multiplied by 1/4 is equal to 1/12. Because in those entire blocks that I have, each little yellow line is 1/12. So all of those 12ths would add up to 4 blocks. Remember to use multiple strategies, take your time, and attend to precision when you're dealing with any kind of math. I know you can do this.